Welcome, beautiful souls. I know many of you are feeling that energy coming at you and you're not sure what's going on. I am not an astrologer, but I too am sensitive to the energies of this universe and the effects it's having on my physical body, my emotional state, my mental state, and my spiritual state. So, we are in the time of energetic upgrades and healing. And yes, there's a lot of different things that are happening on the planet, and I'm going to create a short video to kind of give you a overview of what is happening, and you're going to have your personal, your unique journey through this. But there are some pointers I would like you to keep in mind. You want to stay grounded, you want to stay hydrated, and you want to stay aware of what's happening with you. And having a positive attitude to all this helps quite a bit as well. So if you're feeling these intense shifts, you are not alone. I'm here to guide you through what I've been experiencing, and I get a lot of calls from people out there saying, Brenda, what the heck is going on? I can't answer that all. I can give a generalization of how I interpret it. And yes, there are things that are going on and you can find them online. We just had that Uranus Kazemi, which I was feeling that one. So I did make a video about that one. And that is on my YouTube channel. You can please look at the link below. So if you're going to break down these different types of ascension energies affecting us right now, and we're going to do that in a logical way to understand them, but then you're going to understand, why am I feeling that? And the best thing to do with these energies, just from my perception and others, is don't fight them. If you are a light worker, an old soul, someone who came here to hold the light for the planet, say yes to the ascension process. Say yes to your magnificence. Say yes to you. And when you have a more openness, these energies that are coming at us are here to help heal us, activate light codes, bring in abilities. And you might notice things are shifting in your reality where, like, wait a second, I can now feel that person's energy. They're so sad, or I feel their excitement. The other day, after that Uranus Kazemi, or during that there was a very intense energy for me. I was seeing the color of green so amplified. It was actually making me giggle. Like, it made me so happy. The grass was brighter green than ever before. When I opened up, like, my cabinet, anything with green lighting was like, sticking out. Everything with that, any variation of green was like highlighted and magnified. Now, some of you might say, Brenda, you're probably just on a mushroom trip. I was not on a mushroom trip. It was like I was on probably like that exaggerated giggliness and stuff, but I was in a state of higher vibration. I was allowing that energy to do whatever it needed to. And in return, I was able to get into that high state, which was magnifying the color green. Now, sometimes after I work with someone or after I've been in meditation, when I come out of it, I am in a heightened vibration where all colors seem extremely vibrant. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, okay, the writing on something becomes like so clear, or the patterning on something is like, you could just see the, like, wow, I never saw something that looked so beautiful before. So I get into those states quite often, and that's just in that high vibe, that high frequency, so I can really, the world just looks so beautiful and brilliant. Actually, it looks so brilliant. So just to see the color green magnified was a new experience for me. So let's go through these different types of energies. And again, I may not getting these exactly the right. I'm not going to say how they're going to affect you exactly, because we're all different beings. But if you are someone who is open, saying yes to the ascension process, saying yes to the inner work, you can have these energies work with you. On the other hand, if you're someone, probably not even watching this channel, that is more closed-minded, more resistant, those energies are going to cause disruption and anger and frustration, really not forcing you, but trying to get your attention to wake up. So sometimes people have to hit rock bottom for them to wake up. It's almost like some of us can wake up gradually, but some of us wake up thumping out of bed and what the heck just happened? All right, so let's get started. All right, the first one we're going to get into is solar energies. That's flares and light codes. Have you ever heard of solar flares? They happen actually quite often, and NASA reports them. So what happens is there's these bursts of energy in the sun. It's almost, if you ever went to a NASA site and saw it, it's almost like there's an explosion on the sun itself. And if it's directed towards the Earth, we'll actually get this radiation coming to Earth, which could knock out satellites and things like that. So that's why NASA's watching them, scientists watch these types of things. So sometimes they say, oh, it had no effect, but it does affect our bodies because they are also carrying things or energies to open up, activate our light codes. I'm very sensitive to solar flares. The one thing that I'll actually usually get is a headache. And I'll say, okay, something's going on. I don't really follow this stuff. I'm not an astrologist, but my body tells me something's going on. I either feel headaches, sometimes I'll even feel nausea. Depends on what's happening. Now, some people will actually feel pressure in the crown, like something sitting on their head or in their third eye. Some people will have body heat and sleep changes. Now, I always laugh and say, oh, I'm having these immense hot flashes. And again, I'm a woman, so they'll say, oh, Brenda, it's your menopause. And I can get, like, this is why these energies that are coming at it can be so confusing. Because is it menopause? Is it the way I'm eating? Is it this? Is it that? Am I dehydrated? There are many different reasons. But you'll notice some children are getting hot flashes. They're not going through menopause. Some men are getting hot flashes. They're not going through menopause. I know when I get a hot flash from an energy, I can feel it very different. So I get these extreme times where I am so hot, like I'm burning inside. Again, with the solar flares, headaches, pressure on the crown, on the third eye area, body heat, sleep changes can be those main things. Other people can feel loss of appetite, extreme thirst, irritability. I'm not saying what I'm feeling or kind of what's out there is the only way to feel. We feel what we feel. We're unique beings. These energies that are coming at us are doing what we need. So we're all different, right? Now, one of the tips I would give when solar flares are in, are coming at us is to rest when you need to rest. Some people say, "Oh, but I can't be tired. I had a good night's sleep." Well, how do you know you can't be tired? If you're feeling tired, rest. We are going through something humanity's never gone through before. We don't know how we're supposed to respond or react, or how our bodies are going to react. If you need the rest, then rest. Hydrate, drink lots and lots of water, maybe even some hydration drinks could help. Avoid overstimulation. So when I'm getting that extra energy, and if I start watching a show, let's say something that gets me all excited, I will not be able to sleep because I'm so heightened and like excitement and all these energies are flowing through me. Usually what I'll do is do some activities to bring myself calmer. Read a book, walk in my labyrinth, meditate, have a relaxing conversation with the family, color, things like that. Calm myself down. don't over energize myself. Let me know how you get affected by solar energy, solar flares. Is that something you do feel? It is quite interesting to find how other people's reactions are. Some are really, really different, and some are very, very similar. So let's see what you have to say about it. This is a neat one. We're going on to now galactic and cosmic rays. I recently learned that our moon is used by some civilizations, higher beings that love us so much, to send loving energies to Earth to help us during this time of accelerated growth, the ascension, opening up inner work. So we are being supported by such beautiful beings from all over. We are so supported. It's so exciting. Now, when these galactic rays, these cosmic rays, I'm going to call them galactic from our galactic core, the Sirius planet, the Curious. There's also some others that we are not going to name, but they're just loving beings. Imagine they're civilizations that are watching Earth, watching us humans move into these greater aspects of who we are. So it's a very exciting time. But what these energies can do is give us those feelings as deja vu, can give us more downloads during our dreaming, more spiritual insight. Sometimes our light bodies can tingle. We can feel more like excited in vibration. And the purpose of these energies are to awaken our spiritual gifts. They are to activate our multidimensional awareness to remember who we are. So this is a very exciting. In these times when you're feeling downloads, what you may want to do is write things down so you remember them, because sometimes it's like a dream. You get this download, like, oh my gosh, I have this knowing, and then like, what was it again? It stays there, but sometimes it's hard to recall it, let's say. I get a lot of downloads. I have a lot of knowings. I just know things. I've known things since I was a kid. So now what this kind of time that's playing out excites me, because I always knew this was going to happen, but I didn't know exact details, and now we're in it. So you want to say yes to the galactic help that we're getting. Allow the downloads to come in. Allow that information to remember who you are. You're a powerful being of light, and that just excites me. So let's move on to the next one. Next, we're going to talk about the Earth's grid and the Schumann resonance fluctuations. Now, I don't know how many of you know, but the Earth's magnetic field has been shifting. It's shifting for a reason, because we are in the time of change. It is helping humanity change. It's opening those light codes. It's activating those things that are going to move us into the new human. So I'm not going to get into what this all is, but the Schumann resonance is kind of like the heartbeat of Earth. It's this low frequency electromagnetic resonance, but it's shifting. And I believe if you use a compass, our north no longer points true north. It is shifting, and it's all okay. It's part of the change we're going through. But it can give us feelings of fatigue, anxiety, emotional waves, that energy, that roller coaster, also a buzzing energy. Now, I'm not sure if this is what gives that buzzing in the ear, but a lot of people kind of say, there's this buzzing in my ear. Sometimes it's the left, sometimes it's the right. I think it has to do with a lot of this energy that's shifting on Earth. It could be the downloads, it could be getting your attention. So don't overthink it too much. I know the more we think about something, the more irritating it can be. Just kind of be easy with all the things that are happening. What you want to do is ground yourself. And how do you ground yourself? I'm not sure if you are like me, but I love to walk around bare feet on the earth. And I'm lucky I have lots of farmland here. So I am bare feet a lot of the time on the grass, talking to Mother Earth, asking for grounding. But it doesn't matter. You don't have to be outside to ground. You can be in your condo and you can connect to the earth by asking Mother Earth to bring that energy through your feet, because you're grounded somehow to Mother Earth, so it can come up there to wherever you are. Now, if you're like me, hug a tree. I love hugging trees. They're 5 dimensional beings. Like, they're just beautiful. So hug a tree. It'll help ground you. Sit on the grass. Go outside. Get some fresh air. I love sitting by the lake and breathing, and it calms me down. I have lots of grounding videos, and there's lots of grounding tips you can do. They're on the internet. They're everywhere. You want to ground, ground, ground. The next one. So the next one is the Kundalini and Chakra Activation. Like, what is all that about? Well, it's not just one thing happening, it's many things happening to our beautiful energetic fields. So that's why we're feeling out of sorts. Like, things are not feeling like, I feel anxious, I feel this, I feel that. Just be with everything. So the energy is moving up and down our spine, our chakras are recalibrating, they're cleansing, they're doing all this. It feels like there's waves of energy, there's waves of heat, you have emotional responses. Sometimes people will say that they just start moving for no reason. I get this during meditation. All of a sudden, I'll just be like moving, and sometimes it feels like an infinity, and it feels so nice. And I'm just moving. I don't even know why I'm doing it. Or some people are feeling a little shaky, and that is okay as well. What is the purpose of this alignment? What is this purpose of these shifts? Well, it's to clear old blocks, it's to align your body with your divine blueprint. I believe that if you were born before 2012, we didn't know for sure we were going to go through this ascension process. So what happened is, if you're born before 2012, you were given these light codes, something there just to make sure, hey, if you guys make it to the ascension, if you make it, you're going to then activate. So that's what we're doing. We're activating. We had the potential. Now the potential's opening up. So we're like really getting bombarded to shift, to become aware, to evolve into the new human. Anyone born after 2012, I believe they already have this and they're living it. And you'll see it in those kids that say no. They already know who they are. They know they're connected, and you can't force them to do anything that says, no, that's not who I am. It's really quite cool on this switch about they're like more evolved already. So, tips, you want to move gently, be kind to yourself, do more stretching, drink more water, and let the emotions flow without judgment. When something's coming up, you don't have to know what it is and how it came about. Just know it's there. I'm letting it go, I'm releasing it. Every emotion comes from a negative belief, or a belief. Doesn't have to be, because a good emotion doesn't come from a negative belief. But if it's a negative emotion, fear, resentment, anger, it's coming from a negative belief, and you really want to do an investigation of like releasing it. Just like, okay, I feel anxious, but why am I feeling anxious? I'm ready to let it go. But then that might bring in another emotion, or it might bring in a negative belief. It's time to let them go. It's time to really shift into that person you really are. Next, we're moving into light code and starseed activation. This is where the memories, your soul memories, your higher purpose awakening. What did you sign up for? Come on, old soul. Come on, beautiful being of light. You know deep down why you're here. And our light codes, as they're activated, as you're reconnecting to your soul mission, you're starting to remember. And how do getting into your soul mission? It's always there. You wrote it. You know. But as you start to work on yourself, and as we're healing and doing that inner work, you are starting to align up to that soul mission you came here for. So you don't have to figure out what it is. Really, your soul mission, first off, is to live. Live and love yourself and do the inner work to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Oh my gosh, I can be so annoying and I love it. So if you're resonating with this, if you're feeling that passion, subscribe and say, yes, I want to be the best version of myself ever. But with the light codes activating, what you're doing is you're starting to feel like you have knowings without knowing. How do you know things? Like, I didn't read the textbook, but I know this. Sometimes you get chills going through your body. Sometimes you get these creative inspirations and downloads. And some people will start to see number codes. Like, that's usually the beginning of an awakening. Like, hey, I'm seeing 1111 or 444. Numbers usually tell me that I am on the right track. I am high vibing and I am on the right path when I start seeing synchronicities in numbers. But if you want to learn more about numbers, there's a video below that talks about them, and there's so much stuff on the internet. Numbers are important, and if you love numbers as much as I do, like, let me know. I'd love to hear your experience with numbers. And the purpose of light codes is the awakening of our soul mission. It's stepping into service. It's starting to feel your connection to the cosmos and know you are more than you've been told. It's stop being small. Start owning who you are and being that best version of yourself. I would have never thought I'd be on YouTube. That's not even something I wanted to do. It's just over time, as I've worked on myself, that inner work, I let go of my fears, and here I am showing up to teach and to show you that it's possible. We are all magnificent beings of light. Follow your passion, follow that soul mission, and live the best life you can. And how do you do that? You work on yourself and you find that self-love and you put up boundaries and just allow that energy to do what it needs to do. Be open to it, be open to it, be open to it. Now we are moving into the energies of duality and choice point energy. What is all that about? Well, you know what? These things really don't need labels. It's more something you're feeling. It's the energies that amplify what's already inside of you. So, for instance, if you're aligned, if you're a balanced person, these energies that we're talking about today are going to bring in more clarity, expansion, joy, impulses, passion. And you're going to follow those synchronicities, those next steps, those breadcrumbs. And things are going to open up for you and astound you and just blow your mind. And you can just go into a state of acknowledging life and how beautiful it is, appreciating and just allowing. So these energies can really benefit those who are doing the inner work, who are open to the inner work, and who are ready to release the old and bring in the new. But if you're resisting, most likely you're not watching this, but if you are resisting, then what's going to happen is all these energies are going to bring chaos, more fatigue, and breakdowns. But they're bringing it to help you open up. It's like if you're resisting and you got all this light coming in, and then you just might open up like cracking a nut. It's like, wow, I've been a nut and now I am not. I am open to divine guidance. I just had a nut in my head breaking out. But, it can just be that tap in your heart that opens up and goes, wow. And starts the awakening process. So there's a lot of people who are starting to awaken on this planet who are like, I don't know what's going on. There's support. There is a lot of support on this planet for you. There's a lot of people who are holding the light. There's a lot of support in our spirit guides, God, the angels, your connection. What is your connection? And you know what? It can be called anything. It could be universal energy, source. The label doesn't matter. It's infinite intelligence that loves you because you are a part of it. It's time to own who you truly are. The key message here is the energy that's coming at humanity is neutral. It's how you respond to it that shapes the outcome. So I get it. Some people are like, Brenda, I can't handle the up and down roller coaster. I don't want to hear about this love and light stuff. It doesn't even make sense. I'm loved Can you see my life? Does this look like I'm loved? Everything's falling apart. Perhaps it's falling apart for a reason, to get your attention, to show you how loved and how connected you truly can be and are, and to remember who you are. So be patient with yourself, be compassionate with yourself, treat yourself like you would a sweet child. All right? Be that person for yourself. The key message here is say yes to the healing, say yes to the truth, and do the inner work. You're worth it. You're so worth it. Trust me, I've been there. I've been in a very dark place. I went into duality and I played in it and realized it's not for me. I'm saying yes to the new earth. I'm saying yes to love and compassion and joy. We are building a new earth and it is beautiful. And all the chaos we're seeing now is just things that have to happen for us to choose. We all have free will, but the free will comes from within. You have the personal choice to say yes or no. And there's no right or wrong. But go deep in and say, if you're saying no to this change, why? Is it out of fear? Let go of the fears. It's time to look within and see, what are those fears doing and how can I let them go? You are loved beyond measure. And I really hope you can feel that. In closing, here's my message to all of you dear, beautiful, magnificent beings that can hear me. You are not crazy. You're awakening. There's a bit of a roller coaster ride. Everyone's unique. Some find it more harder than others. But no, you're not crazy. The more you allow, the more you align. Allowance is key. Waking up in the morning and saying, I'm allowing these beautiful energies to do whatever's needed for me at this time. I may not understand it with my mind, but I give the power to my divine mind, my higher mind. And I'm going to suppress my physical mind. Don't judge here. Just be quiet and know that you're loved, but we're going to leave this to a higher power that really understands what's happening. Your gifts are opening. Your soul is remembering. Be excited about it. You're not crazy if you all of a sudden know things. How did I know that? It's because you're an infinite being and you're tapping into what we all have access to. Keep grounded, clear, and keep saying yes. Doesn't feel good being grounded. We're going to ask Mother Earth to keep sending that energy. She is nurturing us during this time. We are so loved by Gaia. Reach out to her, talk to her. We're a part of her. Our physical body came from her. You are needed on this planet more than ever, dear soul. The light workers, the old souls, it's time to activate. It's time to step into your power. If you want deeper support, join me on my YouTube channel. I do some free stuff. If you want to reach out, I do have other offerings out there. I'm here to support. I've been in those tough places. I'm on the other side. You can be there too. And if you are on the other side, just keep shining your light as bright as possible because the world needs your light more than ever before. Like, share, and subscribe if this resonates to you. Let's send out love and positivity to as many people as possible. Now, with that being said, I know a lot of people are not liking this roller coaster ride. I am going to create a meditation for focus and clarity, grounding and reconnection, so you can be that best version of yourself with all these energies and changes happening.